everybody. Welcome to my 10th how-to video on the channel this year. I'm so excited about what I'm going to discuss with you today, as always, I guess. But before I jump into the specifics and fill you in on what I'm going to be telling you about, thank you to all the new subscribers. It's great having you here as a part of our growing compliance learning community. So much coming up going forward. I'm so thankful for your support of the channel. Don't forget to like, click that notification button to make sure that you are the first to know about new videos as I upload them. All right. It's been such a great time sharing information with you guys. And thank you so much for all the comments and responses when you just let me know that, you've really benefited from the content. It makes me want to think of and come up with more great topic ideas to share with you guys. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. But let's now jump straight into today's topic. And today we are talking about how to choose a compliance course or certification. I kid you not, I get asked about this so much. I want to start a career in compliance. I want to transition into compliance. I want to change specializations in compliance. What course should I do? And it's always a very difficult question for me to be able to answer because there's so many things that you need to consider when choosing a course or certification to pursue as you're trying to upskill and gain more knowledge and gain more skills in the compliance space. So I've decided to create this how-to video to guide you through the process of what you should be thinking about, what you should be considering as you decide what you want to invest your time, energy, and money in before you kind of take a wrong turn and, waste a lot of time, waste a lot of money and energy, and nobody's got time for any of that. So I'm going to help you guys today. What I'm not going to do is be recommending or endorsing or whatever word you want to use any specific course. The tools that I'm going to share with you today are going to be the tools that you then take to go and do your own assessment of what is fit for purpose for you. Okay, so don't expect me to give you a list of these are the top 5 courses you should do if you want to get a job in compliance or a promotion in compliance. I'm not going to be doing that today. Okay. All right, so let's jump straight into it. Stick with me. There are a couple of things that I want to take you through. So here we go. Number 1, you need to be very clear as to what your actual career goal is. So you're going to have to do some homework. It's not just about, oh, I want to be in compliance. Let me look for a random course with the word compliance in it. You really have to decide, is there a specific industry that you're interested in? Is there a specific discipline in the compliance space or specialization that you're interested in? A lot of the compliance courses out there focus a lot on financial services regulation. So if you're going to have an interest in that space, then great, you've got multiple options. But if actually you have a different area of interest or you want to investigate something further, that obviously is not going to be something that's going to be worth your while sitting through a course that's talking all about all the regulations in financial services, yet you want to do something potentially in mining or FMCG or pharmaceuticals. So you need to be clear for yourself on the direction that you are trying to take. What is your career goal? Are you wanting to do money laundering and be a money laundering reporting officer in 5 to 10 years or something like that? And if that's the case, then you need to narrow down onto what exactly the right courses are for you that take you down that path. Okay, so number 1, be clear on the career goal that you are pursuing. Number 2, regulatory requirements. There are some industries that will actually specify that if you are going to be a compliance officer for this type of organization, you need to write XYZ exams. So in South Africa, for example, if you're going to work for a listed company, then you might need to do the JSE compliance officers exam, which focuses on the rules for listing and all of that applies to listed companies or public listed companies. So if that's something that you want to do, then you need to do that specific exam. And if you're going to work in asset management, we've got regulatory exams that apply to compliance officers who want to work in asset management or insurance. So it's really about, identifying the area that you want. So that first layer that we talked about having a clear career goal is then going to inform as you do your research around regulatory requirements, if what your direction is governed by a particular law or regulatory requirement. That research might actually just be like, oh, okay, no specific exam required in terms of, being qualified to work in this specific area. So I can focus more on skills development type of courses and certifications as opposed to, needing a specific exam or qualification. Okay, so the second thing, after you've done your research and clarified what your career goal is, find out if there are any specific regulations that apply to the career direction and requirements in terms of exams that you need to look into and do as a priority. Okay. Number 3, speak to people. People are such an amazing source of information. I mean, I've learned so much. I've had conversations in my own career where someone has been like, oh, that course is not really great, or this certification doesn't really add as much value as you think. It seems popular in the market, but from a practical perspective, not really great. Oh, actually, I think I highly recommend you do this. So really think about looking for people who are in the space that you are interested in working in. If you want to be an AML specialist, then speak to an AML specialist and find out what certifications they would recommend, or what courses they would recommend, what skills they think you need to be able to do and focus on, and then that will help you with your decision making. If you're interested in data protection, find out what's out there in the data protection space, cybersecurity, whatever the case may be. Speak to people who are in the roles currently or en route closer than you are, and find out what they did, what they pursued, what they think is a quality provider, institute, certification, whatever the case may be, and they will help you navigate and pick out the good from the bad. So find people. You don't have to find 100,000 people. 2 or 3 people, maybe 4, will give you a good sense of what kind of the market is saying in terms of various certifications. So do look for people who can help you, who are in the specific area that you are interested in pursuing, okay? And then the 4th thing, job descriptions. Now, this one is a little bit tricky because some job descriptions, sometimes I don't even know how half of the stuff that is in there gets in there. It makes no sense that you need a CA to be a compliance officer, but I am not going to digress into that. So just look at a couple of job descriptions, again, for the roles that you are interested in for the future, see yourself doing in the next 3 to 4 to 5 years, and say, okay, what type of certifications are consistently showing up? Are they saying it's a nice to have, i.e. it's preferred, or they're saying it's mandatory, we will only consider applications from people with this qualification? So you'll be able to tell from the language what you need to prioritize. You'll be able to tell from the language what's a nice to have. And then that, again, based on the research that you've done, the conversations that you've had, will help you pick out what is going to give you more bang for your buck. You absolutely do not want to end up doing courses and have a line, or getting a certification, and all it ends up being is a line on your CV, but no one who's actually looking to hire or employ people cares about it. So that's a lot of time and money and effort to waste on something that is of zero impact. So all this research is going to help make sure that you are making impactful decisions in terms of the certifications that you pursue. Okay, so we've spoken to people in the field. We've looked at the regulatory requirements to see if there's anything going on. We're clear on our career vision. And now we've reviewed some job descriptions to say, okay, what keeps popping up in terms of the area that I'm interested in for certification or courses? Are they nice to have? Are they mandatory? Are they preferred? Are they, oh, would be nice. You'll just have to read the language and decipher that for yourself. And then now you've whittled down your list. Let's say you've got 2 or 3 certifications that you're considering and saying, okay, These seem really powerful and impactful. They've been recommended to me by the 3 people that I've spoken to. They're appearing in all the job specs that I've looked at. This is what I want to pursue. But obviously, cost is also a factor, and time and focus. So you're not necessarily going to be able to do them all at the same time. What you're going to do now is read through the curriculum fully, completely, thoroughly, and make sure that you're understanding exactly what the coverage of each course is and how it aligns to your skills development needs. If it's a high-level overview of financial services regulation and it's a UK course and you work in South Africa, maybe it's not the best thing to do to prioritize unless we're talking about, regulations and laws that are, that apply globally, like your GDPR kind of thing, if you're working for an international organization. But if it's very specific to a specific jurisdiction, US laws, UK laws, EU laws, and you are working in Zimbabwe or Kenya, then maybe that's not something that you should be focusing on. Maybe focus on a course that speaks to your environment that you are working in, that you are operating in, and will give you the information that you need to be effective in that space. Okay, and then also look at, okay, and that's the local versus international. If you're just kind of looking for a broad overview understanding of regulations as a whole and compliance as a whole, then obviously that gives you a lot more options in terms of whether you do an international qualification or a local qualification. I love local qualifications because, like I said, it speaks to the regulatory landscape you work in. But if you're looking to potentially go and work in Europe, then by all means, go and do a European qualification. If you're looking to work in the US, go and do a US-based qualification. Do what makes sense for where you are trying to go at the end of the day. But if you're looking for a job here and now, then look for a qualification that speaks to your here and now, okay? And then, of course, there's the age-old conversation around international and local. Is it prestigious enough? Does it look really great on my CV to say I've got a qualification from Harvard Law versus a qualification from XYZ? Nobody knows it. So that's a conversation, and that's a thing that you're going to have with yourself in terms of, am I looking to have done something from a prestigious organization? Then go and look at their website and see if they offer what you are looking for and the price point. And if that works for you, amazing, go and do that. But just remember, you can go to a lawyer who went to Harvard Law, and you can go to a lawyer who went to UCT Law. One is international, one is local, both amazing institutions, very well renowned. But at the end of the day, what you're looking for is a lawyer who's going to be able to advise you on what you need to advise, and they're known for doing good work. And no one walks into a lawyer's office and goes, "Where did you study, by the way? Was it Harvard? Was it UCT? Oh, I can't talk to you because it was one or the other." You go to the lawyer that someone tells you can get the job done, whether they went to Harvard or UCT Law. So as you're going to about your decisions around certification, make sure that at the end of the day, you're not just picking something because it's from a specific institution or place and it's going to sound good. At the end of the day, you need to be able to back it up by being able to do the work. That is the most critical piece and element. Work is not about theory. Courses and certifications are 90% of them theoretical. So really, at the end of the day, you need to be able to bed down and be able to perform the role. So if you can find something that allows you to be able to perform, fabulous, absolutely go ahead and do exactly that. Okay, guys, I hope all this advice is going to have you sitting down in front of your laptop or on your phone, however you browse, and researching the different courses and certifications that you're considering and making sure that you're making informed decisions. Do not waste your time, energy, and money on just registering for everything under the sun. Make informed decisions, and then you'll be able to see the benefit of the studying that you've done, of the hard work that you're putting in, of the certification that you've received, because you did the work up front to make sure you're doing something that is going to be impactful for your career. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Gosh, it's always such a challenging topic because everyone just wants a one-liner kind of answer in terms of tell me which course to go and I'm going to go and do and I'm going to go and do it. But it's not one of those type of things that I can just give you a 1 + 1 = 2 answer. So do go and do the homework, do the research, and happy studying, guys. Until the next video, thank you so much for watching. Bye.